need to stop procrastinating so bad. I've been procrastinating for 2 hours. I want to read. I feel like that itch to go read, but I do absolutely nothing about it, and I just dumb scroll on my phone. I've never done dumb scrolling as much as I've been doing this week. Like, it's just crazy. I just open a recipe and then just keep scrolling, and I just get stuck in this freaking cycle. Anyway, we're gonna stop that now, and I feel like recording is the only way that it's gonna make me actually do something instead of just thinking, oh, I'm gonna start reading in 5 minutes. Oh, after this video I'll start reading, and I never do. So we're gonna do that now. I think I will do a whole week reading Halloween books, because all my TBI is Halloween books. If you haven't seen the previous video, all my TBI is Halloween books, because I am obsessed with Halloween. So I think we're gonna do a whole week of reading my TBR. And right now I'm reading a horror book, which is When the Wolf Comes Home. I also already spoke about this, so I don't want to speak too much. I must say I'm now on page 120, so a third of the book done. How many pages does this have? 420. Okay, we are a fourth of the book done. They speak about like dismembering human bodies, so like ripping the arm out of their socket and stuff like this, but I don't find that scary. For me, scary is like ghost shit. Like paranormal, Hold a minute. Hold on a minute. It scares the shit out of me. So, for those reasons, I still don't find this scary yet, but I can understand why it would be scary for someone. So yeah, now I'm on page 120. It starts off really gruesome. It starts off already with like a carnage situation happening, and I found that very interesting. Because it makes you like, it makes your attention just stay in the book, you know, because you're like, this is only page 30. Like, what you mean? Or all of this is happening already. So I'm very excited to keep reading, and we're gonna do that just now. And then after, I need to paint some Halloween decorations that I got actually. I have a lot of painting to do. If you didn't see my previous video, my boyfriend gave me this paint by number canvas that is like a dark academia bookstore, and it is massive. Okay, it is massive. But it does have you can see it on this one. Let me show you here the picture. Like this. It's so pretty. And it's like a bookstore and it's like rainy and stuff, so I feel like it's perfect activity to do when I have the time, which I think is gonna be today. But I also bought this Halloween decorations. They're the cutest thing. This one, I haven't even opened this yet. Maybe we could do that. This one is a like monster. It reminds me of Monsters University. It's so cute. And then we have also a little gargoyle, and I'm obsessed with the Crave series. If you know, you know. So I thought this is just great. Like, this is just great. I found it when I was reading the Crave series. I was like, okay, add to my cart. So I just bought it. It's so pretty. I need to edit a video as well, so you have a lot of things to do and not much time. It's already 1 p.m. and I need to do my lunch soon. Okay, I think I'm just stressing for no reason. Like, chill out. Chill out. The world will not end if I don't paint my fucking decorations. But I really want to get those done, because I've been saying again for a whole week that I'm gonna paint those decorations and put them up on my shelf and on the tables, and I still haven't painted them. Okay, so we must do that. read for 55 minutes, so almost an hour. I am now on page 165, so I read 45 pages in 55 minutes. Not the worst, not even a page per minute, but like, look at the size of this letters. It's so small, the text is so tiny. But yeah, so far, more of that like gruesome type of horror, which involves like a lot of blood sprawling everywhere, a lot of dismembering, a lot of like, I don't know, body horror, I guess. But again, I don't feel spooked by it, so it's still not meeting my expectations for a horror. But I think it just depends really on what type of horror do you like, and I like this, but it doesn't spook me, so it's kind of like just an interesting book. Nonetheless, it's a very good book. You know, the way it's written and the idea itself is kind of crazy. I can feel that this book is about so much more than horror. You know, I feel like the characters are just trying to face their fears, and it all revolves around fear, which is a very strong emotion that like everyone most of the time is feeling, you know, like at least once a day you fear something, you know, a thought comes to mind and you're like, oh shit, hope not, and then continue your life. So I feel like it's very interesting to follow these characters trying to maneuver that fear feeling, because otherwise things get out of hand. But now I'm gonna go cook. I am starving. I'm gonna go cook some veggie pasta and see what I come up with. I don't know, I just want to make a meal that is basically pasta and veggies. That's what I'm going for, that's what I'm feeling like. So we'll see how that turns out. Updates, it's now 4:14, so I already cooked. I read for an hour, but I want to get some more reading done because Lucas is coming from work at 5 o'clock, so he should get here in about an hour from now, 5:15 aroundish. So I want to get 1 more hour of reading, and then in the evening I think I'm gonna save the paintings for the evenings. I keep saying this and then I never actually do it because we end up playing board games or doing whatever we do, and then I never actually paint, but I feel like it's gonna be today. So I'm gonna get 1 more hour of reading done, and we'll see what I do next when Lucas comes. I did have to pause Hocus Pocus 2. I've watched Hocus Pocus last week, I think, the first one. And it's so crazy to see it like being made 20 years later. And the characters, and I'm like, damn. It's so crazy. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But I need to stop it because Lucas is getting home and I need to read before he gets here so then we can spend some quality time together. So I'm gonna save the rest of the movie. I believe I only had like 40-ish minutes left. I'm gonna leave the rest, save it for when I'm painting the Halloween decorations. So I think the vibe's gonna be right. But yeah, let's get into reading and I'll catch up with you a little bit later. couple of days. It is now not the day after, but the day after that. So it's evening. I just came from work. If you can tell, I'm still with my outdoor gloves. I just came from work and I haven't updated you in like 48 hours. So I started this video and then I wasn't able to read anymore after that day. Basically the whole day yesterday, I barely had any time to read. I got home at, I think it was like 7:30ish. I was still able to read 50 pages, but nothing more than 50 pages. And today is going the same way. I've read today, oh, I've actually read 30 pages. That's crazy. That's like work only, because I didn't read before work, because I left for work at like 9. I didn't read before that. So then I was reading on my lunch break, of course, and I read now on the bus ride as well. So I got 30 pages done. Amen. Oh, I still haven't painted these Halloween things that I said I'm gonna paint today. I keep procrastinating about it. It's not even procrastinating, you know, it's like, because I really want to paint them, but I just don't have the time. It's literally that. So those are still to be painted. Halloween is gonna come through and I'm still to paint this. But it's just really lack of time, because I want to do these paintings, but I also want to read, and I also have to edit the videos. I'm gonna get on with that video editing, and hopefully I have time for everything. I'll keep you updated. Updates that I have to give you. It is currently 11:38 p.m. and I just finished editing the video, and I already scheduled it to go out tomorrow, Monday. And guess what? I have no time left to read because I'm really sleepy and I work tomorrow, so we need to go to sleep. So basically today I read the 30 pages that I mentioned earlier. Yeah, I'll check in with you tomorrow morning before I go to work. As I said, I didn't read anything else yesterday, and today it's now 11 a.m. We've been awake for a bit over 2 hours. Had some breakfast, played some board games, and now it's finally time to go to When the Wolf Comes Home by Nat Cassidy. I do feel like I'm always terrified to pick up this book, even though it doesn't terrify me to read it. I don't know, it's just stupid, but I'm gonna face my fears now and try to get at least an hour of reading then until 12, and then we need to cook and we need to leave the house by 1:30, so I'll have until 12 to read. So hopefully I can get like 40 pages at least, preferably 50, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to do 50, so I'm gonna put my expectations low and go with 40. If I can get 40 pages done, I'll be happy, and then I can read a bit more before I start working as well, so fingers crossed. Let's start this. I'm now on page 330. Only have this tiny bit left, but it's probably gonna have to be left for tomorrow because it's still 100 pages. And I am now gonna cook. It's 12:10. I'm gonna cook around 1:30. We need to leave, and then I'm only gonna be back at 11, and I'm gonna go straight to sleep. So it really depends how much can I get read during my lunch break, but I believe it will be finished tomorrow. I have zero hopes that it will be today. I've been reading 50 pages a day, so it's not today that I'm gonna read 150. So we're gonna cook, and then I'm gonna go to work, and probably the next check-in will be tomorrow because I have no reading time left today. At least we got 50 pages, and I might get like 10 or 15 more, so it's not that bad. Not as bad as yesterday when I only read 30 pages. Anyway, I will have to get on with life. I will see you when I see you next. Silly me. I didn't know it was possible to cry to Hocus Pocus. But here we are. here we are. Good morning. It's now 10 in the morning and I decided it was a good idea to finish the movie. I didn't count on it being so emotional at the end, but that is fine. I'm just a little sensitive, I guess. Who cries during I guess, yeah. Well, anyway, I'm now gonna get myself back on track and we're gonna try to finish I don't even have the book here. Gonna try to finish When the Whole Wolf Comes Home. I will not read that book any longer after today. So if it's not finished today, it is never gonna get finished. I feel like I've been reading it for a week and I'm so done with it. So we're gonna go get the book and get to reading and hopefully finish it today. I'm back from work and I feel like you always see me in pajamas, so it's kind of nice that you see that I'm not always wearing pajamas. I did not read that much on my lunch break because it was a very rushed lunch break, but we're now on page 400. No, I wish I was on 400. I'm on page 392, so I'm not that far off, and it ends on 425, so I actually only have 30 pages left. I had 1 hour and a half of the end of my shift that was so quiet that my mind was already going to sleep, and I was fighting to stay awake. I was like, no, I'm gonna get home and I'm gonna finish that book, because as I said, if I don't finish this book today, I'm not finishing it. I'm not playing around. I'm not gonna grab this book once again. There you go. I'm not even gonna change clothes. That's how committed I am to this task. Because if I put my pajamas, I'm gonna be asleep. So, let's go. Surprise, surprise, I'm showing up in pajamas. But it is the next day. I already woke up 3 hours ago, but we were playing board games because we love to play board games. Today we're both off, me and Lucas. So we love to play board games, so we take every single chance we can. And yesterday we went to we were like, yeah, first thing in the morning tomorrow we play a board game. So we did. So now I came to give my official review of When the Wolf Comes Home by Nat Cassidy. I gave it a 4 stars purely because my type of horror is normally paranormal. Those will hit home. But this is more like a gruesome thing. It's mostly like bodies and wolves and monsters, so it really didn't like hit that hard. But it was still a really good book. Not a 5 star though. I did like the message behind the book. I've seen the reviews and I was like, okay, everyone keeps saying that the message behind the book is great. But I'm like, how can a horror have a message? Like what message can be that good in a horror book? But it was actually really cool. It's all about like you facing your fears, you trying to not spiral when things start. Like if you have one small thing goes wrong and you start to spiral, this book is all about not doing that, not allowing you to make things worse just by always thinking the worst. So I like the message. I like the way it was written. Actually, I really like the way it was written. It was very different. Like she would leave some sentences, like in the middle of a sentence, she would just stop writing because she knows that you're filling up the rest of the sentence in your head. I don't know how to explain, but it was the first time I think that I read something like that, and I was like, oh, that's actually really cool. Would I read more by her? You see, it is not a her, it's a he. Would I read more by him? Most likely. For what he said in the back on that's also very interesting. It had a about the author, then it had a acknowledgement area, and then it still had an extra chapter which was afterward, and it's all about like her, not her, all about his family, and like I really enjoyed how he shared with us the like most personal side of the story. And he did say that all his books involve some type of personal struggle that he deals with, and the writing is like his way of kind of processing those problems. I find it really interesting that like he chooses to write horror novels in order to process his feelings. I find that really interesting. So I give it a solid 4 star. And now we're gonna go to our second book, and I'm gonna read as much as I can today, but it won't be much. I'm gonna read as much as I can, but it's probably still gonna be just like 50 pages. And we're gonna read Haunted Ever After by Jen DeLuca. Yeah, Jen DeLuca. I really want to read this one because Lucas also got me the second one that I want to read in November. I was not sure if I wanted this or the Hex, but I think I'm gonna go with these because this has just been calling to me since last year. So I'm kind of like, I need to read this. So I'm gonna go with this and hope that I like it. Hope that it's not too spicy because I'm not a spicy girl. I'm not a spice girl. Hoping today I can get 100, so at least it gets a good third of the book out, because I think this is only 300 and something. 330. So if I get 100 pages in, I'm already a third done. So let's try to do that. Updates. It is now the afternoon. It is 5 o'clock. As I said, we have a date night. I think I said this. If I didn't, I'm telling you now. We have a date night scheduled for today. Unfortunately, we did not book a table at the restaurant that we wanted to go try, so we're not going to that restaurant anymore, but we're going to another one, and the movies are still on, and we just discovered that Lucas's family is arriving today and not tomorrow. So the new plan is I'm gonna read for an hour, then we need to go have dinner at like 6:30. The movie, if I'm not mistaken, is at 8:30. So then we need to have enough time to have dinner and then go to the movies at 8:30. And then his family arrives here at around 9:30. So when we finish the movie, I believe it will be already like 10-ish something. We're gonna go have some cocktails. So I only have 1 hour left to read, and then that's it, because the evening is fully booked. Fully booked. So we're gonna get a few more pages in of Haunted Ever After. I am on page 50, sharp. It's chapter 6. And may I say, I'm loving this book. It is so cute. I love how the romance is now sparkling, and it's page 50, which means all of this is like history of how the romance goes. I don't like it when it's like a quick romance, but at the same time I feel like this is going at such a good pace. It's not like too slow. They're not like enemies. They're just like casually, you know, encountering each other and checking what it could be. I don't know, I love it. This is not actually set on Halloween. This is set in April. But the vibes, like, why are the vibes so good? The vibes are so Halloweenish. I'm loving it. I am loving it. And there's the talk of ghosts and paranormal stuff and everything all the time. I'm like, sign me up. I'm reading this at the perfect time. I'm gonna keep reading 1 more hour, so maybe I can actually reach the 100-page mark that I really wanted to reach. And the environment is so good. Look at the video. I always have a nice like jazz music playing in the background because it helps me focus. And I have the cutest Halloween one. Look at this cutie. It is so cute. It's now on mute because, you know, I was speaking. But it is so cute. Let's go get the last bit of reading for the day. Oh, and I did my nails. They are so cute. I don't know if you can see them. They are so cute and they're matching my ring. Look at that. Look how pretty. They're so cute. I love them. It's very rare that I paint my nails, and that even rarer that they actually come out good. So I'm very surprised and I'm very happy with them. Look at that. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, let's get some reading done. Let's get some reading done. At least 2 days since, you know, I came with any updates, but that's because I haven't read nothing. I literally have read like 50 pages a day, and there's a day that I didn't even read. So I have 2 middle shifts, which means that it's from 11 until 7, which takes me the whole day because I wake up at 9, I have breakfast, cook lunch, then I need to go to work, and then I come from work, I need to cook dinner and take a shower. So my evening is gone, my morning goes by super fast, and I didn't read nothing. I didn't even touch my book, like not even on my lunch break. My lunch break was so quick, I didn't even have time to read my book, which is sad, I know. I just went shopping, I bought a bunch of things and I need to put those away, so we're gonna listen to Olivia Rodrigo while I do that. She's so gorgeous. was so excited to get finally my days off so I could read, and I have done no reading at all. So we're gonna get on to it. I just did a bunch of nothing. I was just doing nothing. I was literally just dumb scrolling on YouTube. I should be ashamed. I am ashamed. But that means today is the day. Today I have a whole list of things that I needed to do. And we already started. We took Lucas to work. We did my nails. I finally did my nails. I have this like gel nail polish that I haven't used yet. So today was the day. The sun is booming straight in my face right now. My apologies. So I did my nails. Yay, they look super cute actually. I love them. And we need to read, or I want to read and I want to paint. We're gonna get on with it and I'm gonna read. I promise I'm gonna read. I promise. Because yesterday I was like, yeah, I'm gonna read. I've been doing nothing all day. And then I put Olivia Rodrigo playing on my headphones and I didn't focus on nothing else. So right now is the time. We're gonna read Haunted Ever After. We're now on page 160. Preferably I would read 3 hours today and get this book finished. I could read 150 pages today, that would be great, but I haven't read 150 pages since August. So I don't think it's gonna be today. I do not think it's gonna be today. So realistically, I'm probably gonna finish this book tomorrow. However, I would love to finish it today so that I can finally start another book. I barely got anything painted out of this because as soon as I started painting, it was time for me and Lucas to go on our date. But look how cute! I just painted the blue sofa. That is really cute, isn't it? not sure, but I think we started this video on a road trip with a vampire. No, my vampire plus 5. A road trip with a vampire actually just got here a few days ago. I love it. Look at how, I mean, this is a crime. Like, both of the other books' spines are splitted in half, like vertically, and then this one is not even split in half, it's just cut at the bottom. And I'm like, who decided this? And who decided that it was a good idea to make the other ones like this matte material and the third one is shiny? Like, what is this? What is this? Anyway, this just arrived a few days ago and I was so excited for it, and it looks so gorgeous. Can you see it? It looks so gorgeous. I love it. I didn't think it could be as good as the first one, but like, it was. It so was. In my experience, the second books are always trashier than the first. I take back what I said. I cannot say that no more, because this book, chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. And I love that, like, the first one, I believe I loved it more because the female main character's career was more like artistic. This one is like an accountant, so I can't like relate so much, but I still felt so good. It still read so easily and so cozy, and I loved it. Okay, I loved it. If I'm not mistaken, I gave it a 4.75. I think it was the same that I gave my Rebates a Vampire. Really, this series so far, great. What I didn't like is that I knew that this book was about a witch. And in like 2 pages of this book, a witch appears. But I'm like, you cannot introduce us to a character in 2 pages and then have a whole book about it. You know, like, I didn't care about this witch. And now I knew already that the third book was about a witch, so then when she finally showed up, I was like, oh nice, now we're gonna meet the character of the third book. And then she's here for 2 pages. And I'm like, it just didn't make me feel like I wanted to read the third book. I'm gonna read it still, because first, it's here already, and even if it wasn't, I would still order it and read it, because it's the third book of this trilogy, so of course I'm gonna finish it. But I'm not going into it as excited as I was to go into this one, knowing that it was the best friend of the male main character of the first book, you know? After reading my Vampire Plus 1, we read When the Wolf Comes Home. This book was okay. It was good. It was okay. I believe I spoke about it so much because I remember doing the checkups and I was always saying the same thing, but I liked it. I gave it a 4-star. I just didn't find it spooky enough for me to give it a 5. Like, I was expecting to feel much more creeped out, and I didn't. And all the rest I said already previously, so I don't want to repeat myself. Last but definitely not least, we read Haunted Ever After. First of all, this cover, chef's kiss, okay? Chef's kiss. I love it. I love it. And I also loved what was inside this book. I didn't expect it. I honestly went into it thinking I would give it like a 3.5, and I gave it a 5. I gave it a 5. I don't even know how this happened. I actually do know how this happened. The romance, the way she writes the romance, loved it. I loved it. There was no spice until like the last 50 pages of this book. Do you know how rare that is on a romance book? I feel like that's why I liked it so much. It's so much more about like the friends and families and history and ghosts and Halloween Town and stuff than it is about the romance. Like, the romance is just happening on the background, you know, and I love that. I love that. Even though the romance was a bit fast, like they fell in love in like 1 to 2 months, which for me it's fast, but it's still not from one day to the other, so that's a plus. It was fast, but she wrote it so well that every single time I was like, please just kiss. Please just get together already, you know? Even though they knew each other for like a week. But it's like, their banter was so well made. And I love that she didn't turn them from enemies to lovers, because like they become, their first interaction is like as a kind of amicable situation. And they're not really friendly to each other, but then they're like, you know what, let's just start over. And then they start having an amazing friendship. I loved it, and I cannot wait to read the second one. God bless Lucas that he gave me the 2 already. So, I love this one so much. I can't wait to read Ghost Business in November. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. And this one is about one of the female characters in the first book. I must say, I was expecting it to be a book about her and the bookstore owner, but it's actually a whole new guy that comes into town. So I'm hoping that there's a like triangle, a love triangle happening, because I really wanted to see them two together. The bookstore, what was his name? Theo and Sophie together, but this one is apparently about a whole newcomer to this town of Boneyard Key. I just left the town of Boneyard Key and I'm already missing it. Like, I'm already wishing I could keep living there, you know? And I love how she personified the town. Like, the town feels like a character. I loved it. If it was set anywhere else, I don't think it would work, but because it was set in Boneyard Key, I don't know. I love how the town is such a character. And that's it. Those were the 3 books we read on this reading vlog. Halloween reading vlog. I love that. I love that. Those were the 3 books we read. And I couldn't be happier. Actually, it was a 5-star, a nearly 5-star, and a 4-star. So I literally couldn't be happier. It might be because it's my favorite season, so I do tend to rate the books a bit higher. But at the same time, maybe they were just really good. I have a feeling that maybe they were just really good. But yeah, I hope you like this video, and I hope you make some video yourself, because I feel like there's not enough Halloween reading vlogs on YouTube. I feel like all the booktubers are such Christmassy people, but then they completely skip Halloween. And like, my town doesn't celebrate Halloween. Where I live, Halloween is barely a thing. There's not even one Halloween party, okay? I need to keep the spirit alive, and I feel like no one is keeping the spirit alive. So please, if you're a Halloween fan, make a video so I can watch you, please.